one aspect I really enjoyed was that this was a proper follow-up to the original The Nun, and we see the evolution of Sister Irene and Maurice throughout this movie. How was it kind of building off that first movie and knowing that fans already had, somewhat of an attachment to these characters that you really get to flesh out here?
Yeah, I felt the same way. I really loved uh, I loved their characters. I love them as actors, and I thought that their friendship and flirtation in the first movie was really great. And I just thought, how can we take this further? How can we take the story further? Um, so that was honestly like a great thrill. And then just kind of just expanding on what was already there.
And there's a great mid credit scene in this movie, and it used footage from The Devil Made Me Do It, which you also directed. So how did you come to the decision to, insert it on this movie rather than the last film? I don't, that might be like a studio decision, but how was that decided upon?
Oh, it was, first of all, how do you know it was from The Devil Made Me Do It? How do you know we didn't shoot that?
I mean, that's just what I read. I don't, you could confirm.
Oh, really? That's interesting. The that was something that when we tested it, I think fans were one thing that was a little confusing to fans is the question, is he still possessed? And I think that the is he still possessed, when we kept on getting that in cards and in the test screenings, I think that the big issue behind it was a continuity issue. I think that fans were wondering, does this connect to the rest of the Conjuring universe? Does this connect to the timeline? And so there wasn't anything. There's a little bit of a like hint that there might be something in him, but I think we needed something more, a little bit more direct, that the Warrens are in the wings. This is all leading up to this pivotal cornerstone moment in the Conjuring universe. So that was my call. That was something that, it's funny because I actually had cut that out to answer to actually give clarity on that. I had cut that out from the original Conjuring because I kind of like, it was an idea I came up with, that they would just answer the phone at the very end of the movie, but I thought it was stronger to end with them at the gazebo with the kiss. And so I just had that there. No one had ever seen it. I think it had been used as like a promo, like just a bit of it had been used as a promo for HBO Max. But beyond that, I had assumed no one else had seen it. So you caught me, or whoever was caught me on that.
That's fun. And you've worked on three Conjuring movies now, and what's really cool about this franchise is that you can do horror and they all have a distinct feel. So, even though you've been in this franchise, this still felt fresh, I'm sure. And this one, you got to really play with such an iconic villain with the nun, and then also go in this gothic direction. So, how has it been kind of working within the same franchise, but having the ability to do something fresh each time?
Yeah, no, I love that. I think that I'm a big fan of horror, and also just like the different types. I really one thing that I really loved with this, what I loved about the first Nun, was it had its roots in Bram Stoker's Dracula, or like more gothic, old school horror, and even that has its roots in like silent cinema. And I just thought, oh, it'd be cool to try and expand that and just bring that further. Because it's very different than Conjuring 3, which is more like a police procedural set in the 80s. And I really enjoyed that. I love connected universes. I love telling these bigger stories, but it's also just nice to just be able to make it look and feel different.